That we will continue to follow since so many of us we have Apple products, right?
I've got mine over in the weather center, yeah.
Over yonder.
Left off talking about the wind this weekend. It's going to pick up, so that's going to have a play on how the beaches are. This is a huge weekend for our coastal bend beaches. The weather's going to be fine. Middle 80s, wind will pick up 15 to 25, sustained by Sunday. That will raise the rip current risk just a little bit to elevated on Sunday. Be sure you're wearing sunscreen too. The UV index is going to be way up there. But the other thing the wind will do in conjunction with the new moon is, I think, minor coastal flooding going to be a possibility, especially into Sunday and Monday. And when we get a new moon like we will have on Monday, the Earth, the moon, and the sun are all aligned, and that helps with the gravitational effect on Earth's tides, so they can be a little bit higher and lower. And for us, when they're higher, it doesn't take a whole lot of extra on the tides to get that water up to the dunes in spots. We have a fairly flat beach, so a little rise in the tide again can lead to some minor coastal flooding. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. If you have beach plans, just be aware, minor coastal flooding and a elevated rip current risk heading into the weekend. 92 right now, feels like 101. The air quality is now good. It's not as hazy as it's been as of late. Winds are out of the southeast at around 15 miles per hour. Got a baseball game tonight, a Hooks game out at Whataburger Field, mid to low 80s for the game under passing clouds and a southeast breeze, 7 to 17 miles per hour. Texas, another day, another storm chance off the West Texas dry line, a pair of severe thunderstorms out west. We're not expecting anything here overnight. And again, I think this weekend just going to be breezy, hot, and humid throughout Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The winds pick up thanks to high pressure in the Gulf, contrasting with this next storm system that'll be moving through the Rockies on Sunday. And as those two pressures get bigger, the difference, that's when our winds get stronger. So we're quiet here. There will be some fanfare up toward the Red River Valley with this stationary front over the weekend, even on Memorial Day. But South Texas, again, aside from a rogue, maybe sea breeze inspired shower, I think we're A-OK for the weekend. Windy, though, some gusts up around 30 to 40 miles per hour on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Then next week, a front comes in, stalls out over the central part of the state. I think that's where the busy weather's going to be. We may bring in some low-end isolated chances for rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but really don't see much organized rain anytime soon. Plenty of heat, low 90s each day, heat index between 103 and 108 over the next 7 days. Tonight, 78 in town, southeast winds 7 to 14. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, heat index up around 105 under a blend of sun and clouds. Winds again gusting to over 30 miles per hour at times, so small craft need to be using caution on area waters. Bays are going to get choppier because of that wind out of the southeast, 10 up to around 20 knots for, again, marine activities. Memorial Day Monday, 92, still windy. Next week looks like more of the same, similar to what we saw this week. Low 90s each day, partly cloudy, and just low-end isolated rain chances in there. I don't see anything crazy coming our way. And don't forget about the beach stuff, minor coastal flooding and rip current risk this weekend.
So very important, especially for our folks visiting from out of town. And if you're one of those, welcome to the Coastal Bend. Alan, thank you. Still to come here.